and it's not only anti-gender, but it's also they use a racialized language in their political communications. Also important that they have a very meritocracy-based and neoliberal approach to family policies and employment policies. So those who are not fit, who cannot take self-responsibility or not self-responsible enough, are actually not are stigmatized. And they are vulnerable groups like Roma, for example, and especially Roma women who fall prey of these political discourses and policies as well. And one of the ways of talking about Roma and Romani women in these policy discourses is basically to invisibilize them, exclude them from the narratives. And this is this is actually this is about family policies, but this is very similar what is happening in gender-based violence against Romani women. It's a very tricky situation because we found that those actors who talk about violence against women and they want to push the agenda that this is like very important, we have to talk about it. They do not like to talk about violence against Romani women because they fear that it would racialize or ethnicize the issue, and this is not good for the gender-based violence issue, and it's not good for the Roma because it actually gives grounds might give ground to racist narratives, because there is an assumption that Roma men are violent, and they actually commit violence against Romani women. So that's the reasoning or the understanding behind. Just to go on to the refugee case study, I think just one point I would like to highlight here, that refugee women and children are not viewed sympathetically because there is this fear of, or perceived fear of, demographic threat coming from refugee women. And then in the abortion debate, intersectionality appears both in the pro-choice and the pro-life arguments. Obviously in a very different, from very different aspects. In the pro-choice argument, they say that abortion access is limited to well-off women, and intersecting gender, class, and social capital inequalities measure in like who has access to abortion. In the pro-life arguments, they appropriated this intersectionality concept by saying that fetuses, especially those with disabilities, can be seen as victims of discrimination based on age or developmental stage. Okay, so the next study, it was a very different study. It looked at the existing survey data in European surveys on intersectionality. Actually, 23 waves were studied, and it was found that these surveys do not explicitly measure self-identification with more than one marginalized group. So, and also very important that rather than an assumption is made that is, so it was the assumption was that that intersectionality can be grasped in the analysis phases, just bringing two demographic variables together. Okay, I think we just mention, the intersectional feminist activism. We have two different groups. One is Roma feminists and the other one is disability feminists. In the feminists, it's based on interviews with Romani feminists. It was found that they are hugely excluded from decision making, and there are no policies that are focusing on the specific needs of Romani or minority women. And there is this thing about stereotyping and invisibility, because stereotyping is visible. So we would think that stereotyping and invisibility are two exclusionary concepts, but actually invisibility, stereotypes are about the traditional roles of Romani women, but invisibility or invisibilization means that their problems are their real problems are invisibilized, and the structural issues related to their problems are actually invisibilized. And also very important that Roma feminists, they emphasize throughout like the whole discussion that they don't want to be seen as victims. They want to be seen as autonomous agents. I think it's very important. Sorry, and yeah, I think we just deleted the. Okay, so because we had also interviews with disability activists, feminist activists, and it's important finding is that their problems are not recognized, and it's also related to the fact that these, as I emphasize, this merit-based approach to productivity, that able bodies are seen as it's an important thing, and they also emphasize this triple discrimination that they face as disability feminists. One is that they are seen as feminists, they are seen as disabled, and they are seen as activists. And these are all actually strongly stereotyped and discriminated features, and they all have to struggle with that and somehow try to overcome these problems. And I think I will just stop here. Thank you.
Thank you.